Hiya, Steve here again, back in my shed, and as it's the end of November, I've been up in the loft and I've been and got the Christmas decorations out for this year, and obviously some of the lights are broken. I've also been to my mum's and some of her lights are broken, and some of my mum's neighbours' lights are broken. So today I'm going to try and fix the three of them. I don't know how much luck I'm going to have, but I do need to say I'm not trained, so this isn't a tutorial on how to fix Christmas lights. This is just me trying to fix them. So with that said, please don't copy what I do, because it's probably not the safest way of doing something. So I'll quickly go through what's what. I've got some nice blue and white drop lights. These are on a string, and then so many hang down to give a nice bicycle effect. Yeah. What's wrong with them? The transformer is gone. I've got two sets of these, and I hung a set up with this plug and they were working, and then by the time I got round to having another look at them, they were gone. And luckily I got another set, so you just swap the plug over and they're working fine. I then put this plug onto this set, and this is making a clicking noise, and these are flicking on and off a bit, so we'll have a look at those. This set, this big boy, I haven't got the lights for it, but apparently there's a break in one of the cables somewhere, so I've been asked to see if I can find that and fix it. So this is suitable for outdoor use, I believe. Yep, these can be used indoor or out, so depending on where the break is will depend on whether they can be used outdoors or not. So we'll have a look at them later. And then finally this one. Okay, these are solar powered lights and they work fine in the dark, but if you look, these are lit, and then there's a load down here that are not lit. And then what we found is, if I unwind this, and I'll show you what I found. Right, so after unwinding maybe 15 foot of wire, I come to this bit. Let me go to the overhead cam. Okay, so from here the lights work, and then after that they don't. And then what I found was this joint. I thought, oh, easy, okay, I'll just resolder that joint. And then when I had a closer look at it, it was like that, and that's how it came from the factory, just wound around. There wasn't even an attempt to solder. So what I will do is find the positive and the negative from here, from those, and I'll attempt to light these with a battery to find out which one's the positive and negative on here, and then solder them together, and then hopefully they'll work okay. So what I am going to do is I'm going to snip this one off, and we'll go from the next LED so that I've got some wire to play with. I'll label the chapters down below so that you know the order of play, but I'll start with these ones because they're already on my bench. So all I'm going to do is snip this bulb off, so, and that then should give me Some nice wires to play with. And these wires are going to be coated, so I'll uncoat them, hopefully. There's a few different ways of testing LEDs. The first thing I'll do is just check that there is no coating left on these wires and that we are able to pass electric through them. Yeah, so see where I've so you can see here where I've taken the coating off. Down here it's able to pass electric, but not this one. Oh, yep. So I'll be able to test them. Same here. Yep, and you'll see further on up where the coating's still on. You can't test for electric. You can't test for continuity. So it's the best way. I'm going to try and do it using the test. So I'll put it into diode mode, and then what should happen is if I do it on this one first, if I've got the leads the right way around, they should light, but I don't know how much power this is going to provide to light that many LEDs, but we'll give it a go. So you put the negative probe on one wire, positive on another. There's something being read, but we're not lighting up. So if I go the other way, there to there, now I'm getting the same reading, so that's not going to work. So that's what should happen. 2.6 volts going through there, and then this way it shouldn't work, and it doesn't. Oh, that's lit there, you see, just here, just lighting up. And if I do the other side, it doesn't. So we know that this one is the positive wire. I'm going to try and mark that one. Do it on the bench. So the black mark is positive. Now I think if I go on to DC volts on here, I should be able to get a reading of voltage. So I'm getting minus 21, minus 0.2, then this way I shall get plus 0.2, which means that this is the positive. So again, I'll take my pen and I'll mark that one as positive. I'll come a bit closer. What I'm doing now I'm just twisting them together a bit further down than what I've actually took the coating off, but as long as where it's stripped at the top they're touching, I'm not too worried. And once there, with this new tip, which I'm really not happy with, it doesn't seem to be carrying a lot of heat, just making sure I'm getting a good amount of solder in there. A bit shaky today. So that's nicely flooded with solder, and now if I switch it on, we light up everywhere. That's good. And what I will do is bend that one that way, pop that one there, I'll bend that one the other way, put that on there, bring in the hot air, that down, and take this one over. I'm going to shave off some hot glue. Down one side and the other. And although it won't make it totally waterproof, that should give it some protection. As you can see, hopefully, the glue's melted in there, and that end. Let that cool off a bit, but if I zoom out, turn the lights off, you can now see, so as you can see they're working all the way right to the end now. Brilliant. That's one done. Right, so like I say, I haven't got the lights for this one, and it outputs 12 volts. So one probe in the bottom hole, one in the top. I'm not sure which way round they are. Showing some voltage, but really not a lot. I'll go from there to there and then go to the other end of this. We'll presume it's centre positive. There's so much electrical interference in here that I'm not being able to get a good reading with this. It's beeping wherever. If I put it onto the main lead, it's definitely detecting an electrical current in there. Put it at the top, and I can wiggle it. This was the bit I was thinking it must be. So here, it's definitely constant, right up to there. But I wouldn't call that. So I think it's here. I think there's something loose here. So that makes me think I'm not going to be able to fix this. Let me try continuity from one end to the other to this. That seems fine. If we go from the outside. My mistake. Okay, this is actually an AC power supply, so maybe I'll get a different result now. $14 volts. Shouldn't matter which way around it is either, should it? Okay, so put that back to there. Okay. I'll try and balance these so that I'm getting a reading. Yep. Maybe in luck, I think the brake might be here. As far as I can tell, it's here somewhere. So I'm going to snip here and here, which leaves me plenty to play with, and I'm going to investigate. Well, that's quite disappointing. That whole cable seems fine. So okay, this is for indoor use only, and it is cracked. See? may have been subject to a bit of a fall. It is unplugged. I think I can see the problem. This is glued in, so I can't, although it looks like I'm going to have to try and get it out, but if I can just show this top one, that is nice. This, which is a gold colour to my eye, is neatly soldered to this piece of solder here. But down there, the gold one, which is on the bottom, doesn't seem to be making much contact with this one on top. No, it doesn't seem to be much there at all. Right, this is really awkward for me now because I've got a light in my way where I want my left arm, I've got a camera in the way where I want my head, but I'm going to try and just get some solder. I'm not going to be able to do it without causing shadow, I'm sure. I'm going to try and get some solder into there. I was hoping I wouldn't have to use flux, but I'm not going to get away with that. I was hoping I wasn't going to use it because I'm not going to be able to clean it up, not in there. Can you see? Can you see? Right, so I've now got a nice big tip on my iron. Pop a little flux on. Haven't pre-tinned it, I probably should have. It's soldered a little bit cold, but the solder has got all the way in the wire, so I know that it's secure in there. It took a while, but it's all flowed in. The shrink tube has shrunk and it's took so much solder on there that it's grown, so I'm going to use some electrical tape. Come way down the insulation, really give it a good few wraps. Right, we'll give that a quick test then. really hasn't gone together as well as I thought it would, but it's stuck. Put that in there. And put that in there. And let's see what we're getting out here. AC. $15 volts, as it should be. Lovely. Okay, so although I wouldn't trust that outside, inside I would. Okay, this part is for indoor use only, as it says on the back. So this can't go outside anyway, so we don't have to worry about the integrity of this box. It's stuck, it's not coming apart unless you force it. This part of the wire is for indoor and outdoor use. This product can be used both indoor and outdoor, but the transformer must be plugged into the mains plate indoor. So I would say as long as there is a good length of this indoors, this is good to go. And so on to the third and final item. So there's the lights. Here's the transformer. Output 31 volts DC. Indoor and outdoor use. Right, so this one appears to have a problem in the plug part of it. Let's go over to shaky cam. I'll start again. So these lights seem to have a problem with the transformer again. So let's go over to shaky cam. And I'll plug it in here. I'll just put my microphone and put it here. So there's obviously something not quite right there. Right, so what I'm going to do is crack this plug open. It's another sealed one, so it won't be any good for outdoor use anymore. But I've just plugged it in without the lights in, it still does that clicking noise. So I'm going to find a way in. This may destroy the plug altogether, you know. The problem is, if I can open it, I'd quite like to use it again. I'm not Big Clive. Can't take it apart and repurpose it. But right now I can't see how I'm going to get in here without totally destroying it. Yeah, I think it's welded. Right, this is going to take me ages to get into, so I'll come back when I'm either in it or I've destroyed it, but probably both. Where's my hammer? Well, that was a battle. Okay, let's see what we got. That don't look great. Looks like earwax. This is the capacitor that's right above it. That's fine, that one's fine, that one's fine, that one's fine. This transistor looks fine. It's a diode, that looks okay. Oh, I can see what it is now. This one. see that? And the blue one too. I'll get them desoldered, clean them up good, and then try and resolder them properly. Just wait for this tip to warm up. And so I've bought some new tips, and they take forever to heat up. And once my station says it's up to temperature, I still have to wait for the tip. So I'm just using some of my leaded copper to mix in with this, just in case this is unleaded. Wow, still hot. First of all, I'm going to give it a spray in low calorie alcohol, 1 calorie per spray. You can just see a ball of soldering, that one still. Let's see if I can get it out with a pick. Yeah. I've got a new piece of wire that's just come off the other set of lights. I'm trying to make this quite warm here. I think this is a problem. You can't really make this hot enough to solder to. I'm going to preheat it a bit without soldering it. I'll add some flux and put that through the hole there. That's a nice shape. Now, struggling to hold it still so I can solder. No, that'll do. Going on. Wow. It's so hot. Right, so I think rather than gluing it up, I'll give it a test and hope for the best. Well, they look alright, don't they? And the cycle through the patterns as well. And I'll put the mic. So that was definitely the problem. So there you go. 3 fairly successful fixes. Fixes in the sense of the word that they will work. These will be great. They're soldered solid now. So once that's sealed back up again, there'll be no problems with them. The insulation around The insulation around the bottoms are intact, there's no metal showing. Although go back to my childhood, they never used to have the insulation anyway. So they're good. The lead is fine as long as the first meter doesn't go outside. And the first set of lights, well they're great. I'll be happy to use them anywhere, either indoor or out. So I'll get that glued up, and I'll thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time in the shed. Thanks, Dan. See you soon.